What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another online training video. And today we're going to be talking about IQ options. So again, like I said, I'm going to be making a series of videos that corresponds and focuses on the IQ options platform. For those of you that are going to be using it, these videos will be for you, and there'll be a good chunk of videos and enough knowledge for you to really understand how to use this platform, the features on it, the benefits from it, and how to strategize with it and start consistently trading on it. So there's one feature that I want to talk about in this video on the IQ options platform, and we call it the early sell technique, the early sell signal. So when we're in a trade, I've placed a few trades and I have a few orders open. When you have orders open on IQ options, they go at the top here, as you can see. We've talked about that before, but some trades that I'm in, and this is just a practice account. I just took these trades, not too long ago, about 15-20 minutes ago. A little longer term, and I took them longer term for a reason, and I'm about to explain that here in this video. So as you can see, let me click on trade number one. Trade number one, and it's very detailed on the platform as to how you can see where your position is. You can see my position was right here. Right where that red line is where I sold. And the market's gone in my direction. I knew it was going to go a little bit longer term here, but that's not the point overall. The point is I still have 11 minutes remaining on this trade until I profit. You can see it in the timer up above. I still have 11 minutes remaining on this trade till I get my profit. You can see there's a finish line here at the end. So I took this trade up about here. It's going to expire down here. So this was about, at the end of the day, about a 30-minute trade. So I can get out of this position right now if I want to. And that would be called selling the position. I know I took a sell. I did take a sell position, but I can sell my position early on this platform. This is a huge benefit to binary trading. You may not understand why at first, but once you get more experience, you're really going to understand why this is a huge benefit. Because binary is a lot about the when. It's easy to know where the market's going in binaries. It's much easier to know it's going down or it's going up. It's more and less about when is that market going down, when is it going up. So this can really help to forecast a little bit longer term of direction, but still profiting a little earlier. So you can see up here, it's totaled my investment amount, the total amount I put in the trade, and that's my purchase time. That's basically how much time I have left right now to sell this position. If you look to the left at this right corner here, there's a button that says sell. My expected profit, that's my max profit. Where it says expected profit is max profit. That's the most I will make on this trade when it expires at the finish line. Profit after sale. This is what I'll make right now if I sell this. Right now, if I sell this early, that is what I'm going to make. This is what it would look like. And again, I still have 9 minutes on the trade. I have 4 minutes and 50 seconds right here until that sell button goes away. So I do have a time frame on when I can sell. And that's in the last 4 minutes of this trade, basically. 4 minutes from now. They count it down to that last couple minutes as to where you can finally sell your position. So thousands total investment, max profits here. But right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell this early. Right? I'm going to get out this just with a quick early profit. So I'm going to click sell all. And what's going to happen is the trade's going to close and I'm going to make $7.29. So right there I closed that trade about 8 minutes, 9 minutes early. This is huge, and again, guys, when you get more experience with binaries, for those that are using this platform, you're going to understand why more and more once you get more hands-on experience. There's a few reasons why, and I'll get into them in a little bit, as to why this is so important. So again, another buy position I took, I had taken that a little bit over here, actually, and you can see I've been in this trade long term. Been in this trade for long term. Each candlestick here is 1 minute. These are 1 minute candlesticks. I've been in the trade, and now it's in profit. Currently, if I sell this, I can make 582. My max profit's 840. So yes, I'd be taking way less profit right now if I sold it. If I sell it at 600, I'm going to sell that right now at 619. I'm going to give that a sell at whatever number it is. Just sold it for 582. Sold it for 582 profit. I could have made 840 if it expired where I wanted it to, or where the time limit was. So yes, I am taking less profit than I could make, and I'm risking more to make less when I'm doing this. What I mean by that is, here on this trade, here's another example. And again, you can see how they fine line. They show you where your entry is with the green line here. That green line represents my entry. So what I mean by I'm risking more to make less, I'm risking 1,000 here. And if I sell right now, I make 683. So that's less than what I'm risking, yes. And that's in every binaries trading. And I'm going to be making less than my expected profit, my max profit. My max profit will come at this line here, the red flag, expiration line. Right? So the reason this is important, because one, the effect of knowing where the market's going longer term can benefit you. You can take longer trades on purpose with this concept. You can take longer trades on purpose because you know it's going to be in profit at some point, and you get that early sell at, say, 60, 70, or close to 80% profit even sometimes. All right, right now it would be 70% profit if I take that. Right, so if you know where the market's going longer term, you can use that to your advantage with time. Right, because sometimes we could take too short of trades and have to enter another one. This can eliminate that factor. So another really factor to this is sometimes there's trades that we take and they go in profit for maybe the first 7 to 10 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes. And in the last maybe 2 to 5 minutes of our trade, it could come back to our entry. And we could have a tight win or a tight loss or a very close loss. Right? That can happen a lot where we may ride the market up, but then in the last couple minutes it could come back to our entry. So that concept could avoid closing the trade early before it gets back to your entry. Say this just dropped and dropped and dropped in the next 2-3 minutes. It could. I could close it early before it even gets back to my entry, avoiding a loss and maybe securing a little bit of profit. It's kind of like Forex, right? When you take a trade in Forex, the farther the market goes, the more profit you start to make on the increase. Same thing with this. The farther this goes now, the more my profit increases. That's why that number changes back and forth. It's because the farther it goes, the more profit I make. See how it's changing? It's because the market's tipping a little further. Right, so I'm going to sell this position too. I'm going to click sell, early sell. I made 68% profit instead of the 83% that it was paying out. It was paying out 83%. I just took 63 instead. Or, sorry, what was that? I just took 67, about 68% on that trade instead of 83. So I took about 20% off of my trade. At one point, it was at 70%. Took a little, or sorry, not about. Took about 15% off. So again, a few more examples, and again, one more example is this one's in the negative. This is a trade I took. I did a buy up here. Right, I knew this was going to go down a little longer term, so I took that buy on purpose just to show you guys this. Now, another concept is when we're in the negative, when the trade's against us. We will have losing trades at times, right? But the next concept I'm digging into here is when the market goes against us. So even when the market's against us, we can still do an early sell. So an early sell when the market goes against us would be taking a smaller loss. So my total investment here is $950. My expected profit right now is minus $950. That's if I ride it up to the expiration. If I want to close this early, I can take a little bit of a smaller loss. Now that all depends on, this number depends on how far it is away from your entry. Because remember, the farther it goes from your entry, the more that number increases whether it's in your favor or out of your favor, right? Like this is 588 right now. Down here was probably about 7 something, right? Notice how it's 605, 623. If this pulled back, that number would increase. Just like if this comes back to the entry more, that number could decrease. And that would give us that could be our smaller loss. So that could be useful at times when you know you're going to lose the trade. Say you know you're going to lose the trade. And there's times where we're in a trade and we know we're going to lose the trade. Right? We know that when it's coming, when that loss is coming, we can predict that. That's where this can play a role, is when you know you're going to lose that trade, whether it's close to your entry or far from it in this case. We can always do that early sell. And selling it early takes a early loss or an early win. So there's two sides to it really. And there's benefit for it. There's a strong benefit for it. And you can use the higher time frames for advantage in that space. So guys, that's really all for this video. I just wanted to really just go over that one feature that IQ Options offers for both binary and their FX trading, which we talked about in some other videos. Hope this video is some help, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, we're just going to end it off here with one click, early sell. The position still has 17 minutes. Take that into consideration. There's still 17 minutes here. I used the time for my advantage, right? There is still 16 minutes remaining on this trade. That's still a long time. It could possibly come back to my entry in that time, right? So guys, that's going to summarize this video. You guys take care, and I'll see you on some of the next training videos. Hope you guys enjoyed this.